Meta adds $2 billion purchase that's about to wipe out most coaches and the only type of coach that's actually going to thrive through this whole thing and how to be that coach. So let's get into it here. Meta Ads bought recently in December of 2025, bought Manus AI for over $2 billion. Now, we're further along than December 2025, but now things are starting to take shape. We know more about what's going to happen, and it's not good for coaches, but it is good for a small amount of coaches who know what they're doing and can take advantage of this. So here's how this works. Meta bought Manus AI for $2 billion, okay? They grew it from zero to over 100, Manus previously had grown from $0 to $100 million in revenue in 8 months, one of the fastest growing companies in history. And what Meta's about to do is put so much AI into the Meta Ads Manager that it's going to completely take control of everything for coaches. And that's the worst thing that can happen to you if you're trying to get coaching clients. And I want to explain why. So in this YouTube video, what we're going to discover is this: why this is happening, why this is a disaster for coaches, and why what is about to happen to the coaching industry, and how to thrive, okay? How to get better clients, more clients, make your ad scale, and make this new change work for you so that you can succeed at the next level. Because the bottom line is we're seeing, as of this recording, better ROIs, better quality clients, better everything than we've ever seen, in spite of all the chaos out there. So this is not a fear-mongering video. This is a video to show you what's coming, how to get on top of it, why it's better than ever before, and hopefully why you're going to succeed and take your coaching business to the next level faster than ever before. Real quick, before we get into it, if you're new around here, my name is Jason Nyback. I've been at this since 2003. When I was a pastor, I used to be a pastor in Canada, where I'm from, obviously from my accent, and I was helping churches get online, and I worked with a couple hundred churches, moved into this full time in 2005, eventually moved into coaching. I've been using paid ads since the original Google Ads days of like 2003 and stuff like that. And I've spent millions of my own money on Meta Facebook ads in the last few years alone. And I've coached well over 1,000 coaches, some of them all the way up to multiple $100,000 months in their coaching business. So I know what's going on, and we take what's happening out there in the industry and we share it with you here so that you can know what to do, how to scale your coaching business. And obviously there's no guarantees on what you're going to do with this, but it's going to be good information to help you. And so that's why it's super important you hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, because I create a few videos every week and share what is working, what's happening, what's coming. And because I've been at this since 2003, it allows me to have a really big bird's eye view of what's happened, what's happening, because the more things change, the more things stay the same. And I've been able to evolve through every change in the industry, and I want to share with you what's working now here. But the only way you're going to know about some of these videos is if you hit that subscribe button. It's free, and you never know when the next video might be the exact one you need. So let's get into it. So what is happening? Okay. Well, bottom line is this: Meta is trying to automate the whole ads manager. All right. And Manus is insane. If you don't know what Manus AI is, it's basically a business version of ChatGPT. It can create webinars. It can create apps. It can create you a $10,000 website in like 30 seconds. It can find contacts for you. It can create content. It can do pretty much everything. Like, this AI tool is ridiculously powerful, especially for businesses. And so what Meta has done is they bought it for like 2 point something billion, and they're integrating it into the ads manager. So they're going to have all these AI tools in the ads manager, going to be able to analyze all your ads. It supposedly uses Nano Banana, which is a tool from Google, which is the single most powerful editor for video and creating images and stuff like that. And it's hooking that in so you can create multiple images super fast. You'll probably be able to create thousands of ads really quick. It'll analyze everything about your ad account. I've seen some of the initial stuff, and it is insane. So why is this bad for coaches, and what do you need to know about it? Well, here's what you need to know. There's 3 things that you need to know about why this is really bad for coaches, okay? The first thing is It's really bad for coaches because millions of coaches, I believe, are going to start using Meta ads because it's becoming so easy. Okay. And Mark Zuckerberg had previously talked about this publicly, saying, hey, we want to make it so easy that you give us your credit card, you give us your landing page or website, and you just tell us what you want. You want leads? No problem. Just tell us what you want. We'll scan your website. We'll create the content. We'll do everything. Tell us your daily budget and what you're willing to pay for those leads, and we'll send them to you. Just like that. Simple as that. And they're well on their way to doing that. And they're making it so easy that like Homer Simpson's going to be able to run ads pretty soon. And this is bad. Excuse me. I'm just getting over bronchitis and a sinus infection. As I kind of look like I'm kind of sick. And why this is bad is because you're going to start seeing millions of coaches do this because organic reach is dropping. It's getting harder and harder to get clients. And so coaches are going to start using Meta, and they're using their automated systems. I've seen about 200 coaches ad accounts in about the last year or so. And I can tell you, not one of them has been set up properly. All of them is using all this automated stuff, okay? The second thing, so that's the first reason why this is bad for coaches. The second reason why I think this is bad for coaches are going to end up wasting all their time on the wrong stuff. Analyzing data, going through creating 50,000 images, creating garbage AI generated content, all this stuff. And this is all the wrong stuff. And I'm going to explain to you why. And then the third thing is that the reason why this is bad for coaches is because they're going to pump out garbage ads that are just going to get garbage quality leads. It's already happening. And this Manus thing is already not even fully integrated into the ads manager yet. Okay. And again, I think it's an amazing tool if you're like an e-commerce site or you're a massive business. But my opinion is if you're a coach and if you're seeing it in your ads manager, don't use it yet. I'm telling you, I'd wait until 6 months from now until all the kinks are kind of ironed out and stuff like that. So that's why it's bad for coaches. You're going to get bad quality leads the more you automate the ads manager and the more you let Facebook find your people. Now, what do you need to do now? If you're a coach, what should you be doing? And who are the coaches who are going to thrive during this season in the coaching industry right now with all this AI garbage? Well, here's the thing. Number one, you need to start using Meta ads now, Facebook ads now. Organic reach is getting hit. The amount of people who are seeing your videos and content is dropping organically. Facebook groups are pretty much done. And so the first thing you need to do is 3 things you need to do. You need to start using ads now to get ahead of the curve. Because if you're relying on referrals, word of mouth, just, stuff coming from your YouTube videos and all that stuff, it's going to get crushed. Why? Because of the fact of what Gary Vee's prediction is. Gary Vaynerchuk is one of the biggest names in the industry. He's been like sort of a prophet about AI or about social media stuff. He's been right about so many things since I started. This guy's insane about his stuff, and he owns a company called VaynerMedia that's like does 400 million a year, something like that. And Super Bowl ads. They work with Fortune 100 companies, 500 companies. Like he's big. And Gary Vaynerchuk has said recently that he expects there to be 100 million AI avatars, AI influencers over the next few years come out, and they're going to just overwhelm everything. They're going to overwhelm YouTube. They're going to overwhelm Instagram, all these places. And a lot of people are not going to know the difference because they're getting so good. So you're about to compete with literally take the worldwide population of like influencers and coaches and then like double, triple, quadruple that. That's what's about to hit the industry. And what it's going to do is it's going to make that people are going to see all this stuff, and the ones who know it's fake are going to be like, I don't want anything to do with this. And it's going to create more of a trust recession. It's a bad deal. And it's not fear mongering. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, like, I got a $400 million company. And so what you need to do, number one, is you need to be using Meta ads to cut through this ASAP. Okay. The second thing you need to start doing, and the coaches who are going to thrive are number one, going to be using ads at scale. And number two, you need to customize everything in the ads manager. Okay. Let me help you understand. So Facebook, what they want to do, Facebook, Meta, whatever, what they want to do is they want you to just trust them. Let us find your people. Okay. Here's the reality. If you're running ads, you should not be using all placements. Okay. Coaches all the time are running their ads on all placements across Meta's platform. So Instagram, and then Instagram's got all their different placements. Facebook, they got all their different placements. And then the apps like, all these other apps that Facebook has, the audience network, all this kind of stuff. And you got to understand, when you create an ad, it's going to go to all those placements. It's only customized for like the news feed, and it's not going to really convert. So the first thing you need to do is stop using all placements. The second thing you need to do is stop using Advantage Plus. Okay. It's a disaster. Advantage Plus will override your targeting. It'll override your gender stuff. It'll override your age stuff. The thing overrides everything, and it's going to send people everywhere. And then the third thing you need to do is get your audiences down to about 1 to 3 million people. You see, most coaches are running ads around that $25 to say $200 a day range. You should not be using just generic targeting. Every ad account that I've seen in the last 12 months, maybe aside from maybe a couple, okay, I'll say maybe 2 or 3, have been running their ads to like 200 million people. If you have a $50 or $30, even $100 a day ad budget, that's crazy. That's like getting in a dinghy and going off into the ocean with your little fishing hook, trying to catch some like random fish. Your budget's too small. Facebook cannot get enough data points to lock in to qualified people when you got like a 200 million person audience. And so what they're going to do is they're going to lock into people who are interested, which are usually the broke people who have nothing to do but click on your stuff. And then they're going to cycle back around, and then they're going to simply just get more of the broke people. Okay. You have to understand the AI is working for you. And so it's going to go out and it's going to be like, okay, the 200 million person audience. I'm trying to find people who are single, looking for love, have money, all that kind of stuff. And you're like, here's $10 a day. And then it's like, I can't find anybody. So I'm going to latch onto this person. And we're going to show your ads to that person who isn't qualified. And then we're going to go find more people. And it's trying to compile kind of this circle, this closed circuit loop. And if you give it too much data, so think about this. You've given it 200 million people, plus you're giving it all the placements on Meta, okay, all of them, Instagram, Facebook, all the news feeds and this and that and videos and so on and so forth, right? Threads, everything. And then, so you're doing those two things, and then you're using the Advantage Plus, which is like allowing them to override everything, and you're spending $20 a day. And you're wondering why you've got a garbage show up rate. Everybody who shows up is broke and nobody's buying anything except you're getting these super cheap leads. Okay. So you have to override all this stuff. Number one, start using meta ads. Number two, you must start customizing everything. And number three, you absolutely have to build a brand-based organic ads ecosystem. A brand-based organic ads ecosystem. Here's why, okay? It comes back to what I said with Gary Vaynerchuk. Remember, he's saying like his prediction, and even if he's half right and there's only 50 million fake influencers, you are in a lot of trouble if you are not seen as the only option. I can tell you for a fact. So I saw on Instagram the other day, I'm scrolling, and this news thing came up of this like older 65-year-old, I would say, British guy, super British accent. And he's talking about some news, okay, some world news. And I'm listening to this and I'm like, looking at this guy, I'm like, this guy's fake. This isn't even real. Just by how he looked, it was so good. But you could kind of tell. So I go to the comments and people were like, this is the best thing ever. This guy knows his stuff. Who is this guy? And people are like, he's fake. This is AI. And everybody else was like, so? His stuff's amazing. Who's behind this? This is unbelievable. And I'm talking like thousands of people, thousands of comments were literally praising this AI 65, 70-year-old British sort of like AI avatar of somebody who like maybe was like an Oxford professor or something like that talking about world news. It was insane. And I just thought to myself, like, the end is near, right? Like, this is crazy of the end of this whole cycle where people are like this. You got to think about this. I was talking to somebody the other day. Who would have thought, a decade ago that 2 decades ago, pumping your own gas, right? Like, what? Why would I want to pump my own gas? Now I'll go and there'll be like a gas attendants there, and I'll be like, I'll just do it myself. It's not a big deal. So it's gone from why would I ever do that to I'll do it myself. Doing your own groceries. I always go to the line, I'm like, I don't want to stand in line. I don't want to like do small talk with the person at the till. I'll do it myself. Who would have thought years ago that you'd have done that? I live in Vegas, right? I'm from Canada, but I live in Vegas. And you have these robo-taxis. So they're these square taxi cabs that you can see. There's no driver. There's no steering wheel. It's just 2 seats, kind of club seating, face to face. You hop in, tell it where you want to go. I mean, who would ever thought? The biggest problem they're having in Vegas with these taxis, these square things, is the fact that these doors lock, and people drink a lot in Vegas, and they can't get the door open when they get car sick, and they're like, puking everywhere. So supposedly they've had to make some adjustments to this. But my point is, you don't think AI is going to affect it, but it already is, right? If you go back, I was watching this series on Netflix about the titans of the financial industry and stuff like that, and they're talking about the horse and the car. Nobody ever dreamed. They're like, we just want better horses. What do we need a car for? Nobody would have dreamed that, right? And so the same thing's happening now. Millions of people are listening. They're paying attention to AI stuff. They're watching it. So if you don't fix this, you are screwed. Okay. So the third thing you need to do is build that ecosystem. Why? Because it builds your brand. You have to be seen as the only option, or you are going to get taken out. And so what does being seen as the only option looks like? It's basically get people from the ad so that they're coming in, they get into your ecosystem, and now they're seeing your long form content, they're seeing your short form content, and you're not focused on creating authority content, you're focused on content that's shifting a belief system. And so you're going to create this belief system shifting content. And based on the fact that you are so good at shifting your ideal client's belief system, they are then going to see you as the only option, see you as the expert, and be like, who is this person saying this? I got to work with them. And then you bubble wrap them with what we call an indoctrination system or a propaganda machine, so that they're seeing you everywhere. They're seeing you from email. They're seeing you on the ads. And we're running what we call mini celebrity status ads. These are these mini cheap ads that run to everybody in your ecosystem, and they're constantly seeing you every time you come on Meta ads, every time. You're breaking down the trust barriers. The more times they see you, the more it increases your status with them, and then they buy. And so you have to have this in place, or it will not work. So the 3 things, remember, that you need to be doing right now: obviously be using scaling with Meta ads. Number 2, you need to customize everything so you get quality people and get them into an organic ads, brand-based ecosystem that gets you seen as the only option. This is how you are going to thrive in this next season, in spite of all this AI changes and stuff. And I would delay using any of this Manus AI stuff within the ads manager. And whatever you do, do not hook an AI tool into Facebook's ads manager, or you're going to get your ad account shut down, okay? Through the API. If you know what all that means, then you know. If you don't worry about it. But do not do it. Meta Ads does not like hooking tools into the ads manager. So just be very, very careful. All right. So what's your next steps? Your next steps are book your free mini celebrity status ads ecosystem call. And what we'll do is we'll take 15 minutes. Excuse me. Let's get over this flu here. 15 minutes. And it's a free call. And what we're going to do is we're going to map this all out for you. We're going to explain what you should be doing with your ads, how your messaging should look so you're only seen as the only option, and give you suggestions on the customizations, how the ads ecosystem should be working for you, because it's very customized. And then send you on your way. Okay, it's a 15-minute call. It's free, nothing for sale. It's only for our Skool community members. If you're not a Skool community member, just click the link below and you can join our Skool community. If you are and you want to have that conversation, click the link below as well. There's a link to book your call so that we can help you, because there are going to be a small number of coaches who are going to thrive through this AI revolution. I'm telling you right now, we've seen our best ROI on ad spend in the last 12 months than we've ever had as of this recording in history, and it's only going to get better. If you are on the front end of this, and the good news, you don't have to be that smart. I have a theology degree. I'm not some AI ads expert. I just sort of figured this out. So you can do this, but we've got to make it happen the right way, using the right strategy, and get you ahead of all these changes so that you can scale your coaching business to the next level, attract qualified clients, and build that brand-based ecosystem that really gets you seen as that only option, so that you get better show-up rates, more people booking calls, and the people who show up actually pay. Okay, that's the goal. So get to work on all this stuff. And if you want to book your mini celebrity status ads ecosystem call, remember, it's a free call. There's nothing for sale on this call. It's only 15 minutes so that we can just map this out for you and get you going. And what we're going to do is we're going to unlock some advanced Skool training in our free Skool community for you as well. That's normally only available for our clients. So click the link below, book the call, and get to work getting these clients.